How are you feeling? Yeah. I think my first words when I woke up this morning was, I'm not sure that I want to live, but now I'm here and I'm so happy to be with you guys. And so is my co-founder, Tim Huang, who, funny enough, was not here yesterday because he had a law exam in the morning in Berkeley, California. So we're glad he's here today. Before we get started with this awesome Supercuts panel, we just have a few announcements to make. One is, if you will all imagine the Zelda door opening sound in your head, we have a new room open today, which is the VHX Lounge. It is in 56162. That information is in your programs, and there will be 2 screenings in there, one starting at 1:30 from Juzwiak, and then Star Wars Uncut at 2:30. So I encourage you to check that out if you just want a place to chill and watch movies. The second thing is that there's going to be a surprise Antoine Dodson thing happening at lunch. So during our scheduled lunch hour, in the very beginning, one of our sponsors, iBoogie, is going to be doing something with Antoine. So if you want to stick around instead of eating, which we don't recommend, eating is good for you. But if you want to stick around, there should be something exciting going on in this room. All right, and from there, we're going to pass it over to Andy.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. So thank you for getting out of bed. I appreciate it. My name is Andy Baio. Like all of you, I love the internet. For the last 10 years, I have been writing about internet culture on my site, waxy.org. And since this is ROFLcon, this is the only place that I can actually do this. Here is my meme resume. I was the first blogger to put this video online in 2003. I found it on a private message board, and at the time the file name was his real name. So before I posted it on my site, I renamed it to the first thing I could think of, which was the Star Wars Kid. WMV. This is I tracked him down, interviewed him, even did a fundraiser. That was 2 years before YouTube. Jay-Z got that wrong yesterday. It was 2 years before YouTube, when posting video was very hard. A year later, I tracked down and interviewed this guy, the Afro Ninja. Audition gone very bad. Same year, I was the first person to put the Grey album online, DJ Danger Mouse's epic mashup, and the first person to get a cease and desist from EMI on it, which then triggered the Great Tuesday protests. So I've always been obsessed with internet culture. Then, back in 2008, I noticed a trend of fans making videos composed of hundreds of short clips, isolating one word or phrase or action from a TV series or film or game that they love. Things like this.
Previously on Lost.
What?
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 What? What? What?
What? Mucho?
What? What?
What?
What? What?
What? What? What?
What? What?
What?
What? What?
What?
What?
What?
What? What?
What?
What? What?
Or this one. Every time that Kramer walked in the door from all 9 seasons of Seinfeld. Or this one.
Hey, excuse me, princess. Well, excuse me, princess. Hey, excuse me, princess. Hey, excuse me, princess. Hey, excuse me, princess. Excuse.
So I collected as many of these videos as I could find. I wrote a post about it on Waxy, and I gave it a name, Supercuts. That name stuck. And I listed as many as I could find. That was something like 40 or so, and I asked people to send in more. That list, I just kept updating the blog entry for years. It grew so long that I eventually started a new site for it last year, supercut.org. which is now the biggest collection of supercuts online. I am adding the 400th supercut after this panel. Many of them submitted to the site by the community, which is awesome. You can follow it at supercut.org on Twitter. So I love these videos. From the outside, I don't make them, but they're fun to watch, and they just seem like such a labor of love. You know, they're really, really time intensive. I really just wanted to hear from people who made them, hear why they're drawn to this form. So thanks to ROFLcon, I was lucky enough to be able to invite 3 of my favorite supercut creators here today so we can hear why they do what they do. Each one of them is going to take turns showing off some of their stuff. I've loaded up a ton of great videos beyond that. We'll talk about why they're drawn to this particular form of remix culture. So to start, I'm very proud to introduce our first creator from the remix collective Wreck and Salvage from Ann Arbor. Please welcome Aaron Valdez.
Thank you. So I started making experimental film and video work when I was a student at the University of Texas in the mid to late 90s. So I've been doing supercuts for quite a while. And this is the first video that I made kind of in that genre.
For 209 years, 14 million, 24, 35, 27, 720, 21st, 5, 3rd, 35, 21st, 357 billion, 10, 3, 6, 11, 6, 0, 4, 4, 2, 3, 20, 10, 3,000, 220,000, 1,500, 100,000, first, second, and third, 18, 240, 1/3, doubled, tripled, single, hundreds, millions.
So that was 1997. That video goes on for a while, and then it ends with him saying simply 0. And then there's long applause, and he sort of basks in the glory of being this sort of master auctioneer that he was. So that was recorded on VHS tape, edited analog video, a cut-to-cut editing system, mastered on 3/4-inch video, if you remember those days. So really old school. I did it at the university when I had access to video equipment, but when I left, I completely lost access to that kind of stuff. Nonlinear video editing equipment was still really expensive to get into, so the next logical and cheapest thing to start working with was 16mm found footage. So I bought a splicer and a projector for like 20 bucks and rescued a bunch of films from a local TV station that was throwing out their collection of 16mm films. And when I started going through those films, the things that really stuck out to me and interested me were the really visual elements and filmic elements to all those films. So things like cutaways and dissolves and zooms and pans and close-up shots. So I started cutting all these things out of all these different films and recombining them into new work. And this next film is an example of that. It's just a compilation of dissolves from 16mm educational films. So that goes on for like 20 minutes. Super pretentious experimental film, pre-internet, so I was really into trying to make a name for myself in the experimental avant-garde film world, whatever. This was all mastered on film, so I was paying like $800 for answer prints, $500 for prints to send to film festivals. So I was doing all this kind of experimental stuff before the internet. Around 2003, I got a job where I had access to nonlinear video editing equipment for the first time and decided to revisit the State of the Union address, and this time with the great George W. Bush. So there's similar work like this, a lot of supercuts where people remove the speech. It's been done a lot. After this, around 2005, I moved to Iowa City. I was still doing a lot of outside of the internet stuff. A lot of things happened to me at that time. I was really bored out of my mind in Iowa. I got high-speed internet. I was sick and tired of the distribution model of film festivals. You know, working on a film for a year, sending it off to festivals and having it tour for a year, whatever, working on another film. It was just really slow, and I didn't really get a lot of feedback. I didn't get to go to a lot of places where my own work was showing. So I was talking to my friend one day, and he said, Valdez, I've got one word for you, video blog. And I was like, what's a video blog? So I looked that up online and found there were people sharing videos using Blogger and RSS feeds, the Internet Archive, to host videos. And I got into video blogging and was able to meet some people who were doing similar kind of work that I was interested in. And I formed this group called Salvage with 2 other guys, and we decided that we were going to start making films using videos on the internet as our source footage. And we had this real kind of fuck you attitude to everybody, like, we're going to take it, you put it on there and it's fair game and we're badasses. But really, that concept is just, everybody does it now. I mean, then it seemed like such a cool thing, but you know, it's part of the DNA of the internet now. So we started making these mashups, compilations, collages of user-generated stuff. Things like people recording home movies of the Grand Canyon, and I would take all the Grand Canyon videos from YouTube and recombine them into some horrible commentary about Americans. So anyway, yeah, a lot of the work was that user-generated stuff, but also I just kind of experimented with different kinds of mashups. And this next video is called I'm Bruce, and it's a Bruce Willis supercut. It's kind of like 7 or 8 mini supercuts combined into one music video. So that's like a 6-minute music video. It's got a whole bunch of, every Bruce Willis movie in it. Our most successful video as part of Salvage actually wasn't made by me. It was made by another member. His name's Eric Nelson, and it was a response to the Sarah Palin blood libels video that was posted. And she posted a full-res HD version onto Vimeo with the download link. So Eric took that, downloaded it. I was able to kind of zoom in on the original footage to make it even more kind of grotesque, and then removed all the words to it and just left the gasps in it. And this, I think, got 1.5 million views or so in a matter of a week. So the great thing about that video is we were able to monetize it somehow. I'm still not sure how, and we made about $1,000 on it to be able to pay all of our old hosting fees and stuff for our site for the last 5 years of making videos. So that was kind of cool. So that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you.